orders to surrender are false. All orders to surrender are false.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to 3COG. I wanted to talk to you today about a proposed bill within the Virginia Senate. As I normally say with anything that's political in any nature, understand that everything that I say is my opinion and in no way implies that it is the opinion of DOD, the military, U.S. Navy, anything like that. Everything is my opinion as a U.S. citizen. It has no affiliation with the military whatsoever. So right now there is a bill. Well, before I get to that, there's a lot of really, really bad gun laws that are proposed right now in the state of Virginia, and it sucks. You can look that up, read about them. They're terrible. They're basically just trying to turn Virginia into California, which one of the reasons that I'm happy to be here is it's not California. So, you should absolutely do your due diligence, read the proposed laws, and then let your elected officials know that you do not support any of these new gun control measures. What I want to talk about is Senate Bill number 64, bill to amend and reenact 18.2 TAC 433.2 of the Code of Virginia relating to paramilitary activities. So I'm going to read it in its entirety to start. A person is guilty of unlawful paramilitary activity punishable as a Class 5 felony if he teaches or demonstrates to any other person the use, application, or making of any firearm, explosive, or incendiary device or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons, knowing or having reason to know or intending that such training will be employed for use in or in the furtherance of a civil disorder. Section 2. Assembles with one or more persons for the purpose of training with, practicing with, or being instructed in the use of any firearm, explosive, or incendiary device, or technique capable of causing injury or death to persons, intending to employ such training for use in or in furtherance of a civil disorder. Assembling with, this is section 3, assembling with one or more persons with the intent of intimidating any person or group of persons by drilling, parading, or marching with any firearm, any explosive or incendiary device, or any components or combinations thereof. This is a Class 5 felony. So, here's the scary part. The first two sections have existed as state law since 1987. Section 3, the assembling with for the purpose of intimidating while carrying firearms, that's the part that they're trying to add. So, first and foremost, I think the whole law is very, very poorly written. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. This is my opinion. But it literally says, every section of it, the first two sections, the current law, says, or intending that such training will be employed for use in or furtherance of a civil disorder. So they're trying to say that it's illegal to get together and train on firearms and techniques if you would use them during a civil disorder. That's basically what the Second Amendment was written for, but okay. And then it says in furtherance of. So they're not even talking about if you're trying to create a civil disorder, because for use in would be a civil disorder happens and now you react to it. For furtherance of would obviously be that you are trying to cause that civil disorder to happen. So I think it's a very poorly written law. I think it's already bad. But then assembles with one or more persons, section 3, assembles with one or more persons with the intent of intimidating any person or group of persons by drilling, parading, or marching with any firearm, any explosive or incendiary device, or any components or combinations thereof. That's going to come specifically down to interpretation, where you could say, oh, we are doing a Second Amendment rights march, and a bunch of people are open carrying, all it takes is somebody to look at it and interpret it as, oh, you're doing it to intimidate people, and ta-da, class 5 felony for peaceably assembling, which is another one of those protected things we have. Yeah. So that's what I want to talk to you about, is that right there, right? So I think the existing law from 1987 is very badly written because we train, one of the reasons that people train with firearms is so that they have the ability to protect themselves, their loved ones, and their possessions in the case of a civil disturbance, rioting, another Katrina type situation. And then the Section 3 saying that essentially a march while open carrying, and it doesn't even say open. It says with any firearm. Drilling, parading, or marching with any firearm. So all they have to do is say that you did it with the intent of intimidating any person or group of persons, and you had a firearm. It's class 5 felony. That's ridiculous. So I highly encourage you to write, email, and call your elected officials. Tell them that you do not support the change to Senate Bill number 64. Obviously tell them that you do not support all these new gun control measures. This is not looking good. Like, it is the flurry of activity and the number of laws that they are proposing right now to strip us of our rights in Virginia is honestly terrifying. It sucks. So write your legislatures. Let them know that you don't agree with this, that it's not acceptable. If your county is having a vote on the Second Amendment sanctuary counties, A, they don't really have any legal, they can't really prevent anything, but it's a good gesture. And it demonstrates that the people of Virginia, the good citizens, do not want these laws. So take whatever action you can, write, call, email, all that stuff. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you next time on 3COG.